So hi, it's Keith from whiterosecanoe, and I'm out today on the Ipswich River. I put in at the Middleton stream team put in on Peabody Road in Middleton, and I'm just heading upriver for a bit, and then I'll turn around and come back down, just doing a kind of a quick, nice winter paddle. What I'm mostly doing today is trying out a couple of paddles, gray owls. One is the Guide, that's the shorter left side one in this picture, and the other is the Plume. These are two laminated paddles from Gray Owl, very light and very inexpensive as well, relatively speaking. So we're going to see how they work. This is the first of several beaver dams that we'll probably hit on the way up, if I remember correctly. This one is actually fairly extensive. It goes through that bush, and there's actually another bit of it over on the far side of that bush line, which is sometimes the best place to come up. But as you can see, the water's up pretty high, so I think I'm going to be able to slide over it, probably run up right about there. Give that one a shot, and then we'll move on up the river. Speaking of beavers and beaver dams, there's some material. Lunchtime. Looks like they just got done girdling that tree. Well, it's been dead for a while, but maybe that all looks fresh besides just the white. Started off with the tripper. I'm now using the Plume, which is more the ottertail version of the laminate, and it's working pretty well. The little spot is Rachel's Rest, named after Rachel Carson, who apparently used to come down here. Interesting full river block. A little bit easier to get over than it looks. There's a sunken log just upstream of the one you can see that you can step on, get some good balance, and then pull the boat over and step back into the boat. Okay, slightly different challenge getting over this one coming downstream, because you've got to get the boat around you while the current's pushing on it. Fortunately, very little current, so not a real challenge. There is that submerged bit that I was standing on. Found one piece that was rotten, but fortunately was able to balance without losing my footing on that. Just picked the boat up, got the front half across, then spun it and put it in the water. You can see the bow line that I used to help hold it. Those things are absolutely critical when you're doing this kind of stuff. And then stepped from the submerged log, knee into the center of the boat, and just brought my leg over, and everything was fine. So not a big deal, but instructive all the same, good to practice. Okay, so here's the kind of wrap up of the paddle experiment there. The Plume's on the left with the longer blade, the Guide on the right. Shaft lengths are virtually identical. Both perform very well. Plume has the longer blade, so you feel that it's a slower cadence paddle because of that, at least for me. The Guide is really good in the shallow water, and if you're a higher cadence person, then that would probably be a better choice. But I enjoyed them both, used them both on the trip. Pulled the Guide for, again, the shallow water and some of the loggier areas. Both same price for both of them, I believe. Both are varnished, and they are laminated. So good Gray Owl paddles.